generosity, doing good deeds more and more, making donations, helping others. Okay, it's good. Good for you. But where we get to the business is when we start to practice with the precepts. 5 precepts, 8 precepts. Then we can see about having an experience of a meditation retreat. We can go to the 10-day Vipassana retreat, or we can see if there is some meditation retreat we can go to. You want to get back your return on your investment, so you have to go and practice seriously. You have to go and try to keep giving. Once you know how to give your money and your possessions, your time and energy, then you can begin to know how to give your body and mind. Oh yeah, I can use that.
It's a spare one.
Oh, it's a spare. How about this? How about these things? Are these yours, or these you use these?
These were a boy's in the art room. He was wearing them. Now he's gone. He's in Year 12.
He's gone.
Yeah, well,
So they've been discarded.
Yes.
Wow, that's great. Yeah, those
They're
are really
left
nice.
behind.
Yeah, beautiful. It's like Guru Padmasambhava colors. Sound like a water. You hear that sound? Maybe like the toilet's running or something? Does that happen sometimes?
If you press the button in for too long,
Okay.
it's like quick.
Well, as the great doctor once said, it wasn't me. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., of course. Does anybody here ever think that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. ever said it wasn't me? And of course, if your toilet's running, you better go catch it. Oh, you. I'm here to help people. Listen closely as I sing the song of my people. When ordinary and sacred feelings are forgotten, being is revealed, real and eternal. Just detach from arbitrary involvements, and you awaken to being as it is. Although these are the leavings of an ancient Zen master, there are many people who cannot partake of them. I've lost considerable profit just by bringing them up. Can anyone discern? If you can, you will recognize the disease of Buddhism and the disease of Zen. This real detachment. To drink up the ocean and turn a mountain upside down is an ordinary affair for a Zenist. Zen seekers should sit on the site of universal enlightenment right in the midst of all the thorny situations in life, and recognize their original face while mixing with the ordinary world. Question. Previously, when weeding out that which is wrong, it was all called wrong. Now, in showing what is right, with what reason in each case is it called right? Answer. It is in each case called right because it is neither bondage nor liberation. Because in every case it is higher seeking. We also say they are all right because of progressive entry into truth. Also, the truth being difficult to know, using temporary expedients to reveal truth is called right in each case. These three are called right in reference to the aim of the world. Also, temporary expedients do not contain the true. It is the true that contains temporary expedients. In order to make containing and revealing easy to see, we say they are all right. This case is said to be right in reference to the aim of helping people. Also, one aspiration for enlightenment is all aspirations for enlightenment. But without explanation, all are not known, so we say they are all right. In this case, we explain right in terms of the aim of specific cure. Speaking ultimately, the first three are in terms of temporary expedients, the last one in terms of the true. It is as if a physician had a secret prescription that included all prescriptions, a health-giving medicine whose effects included those of all medicines. It is like when you eat grain cooked in milk, you do not need anything more. All is included, like in a wish-fulfilling jewel. The sense of expedient and true, revealing what is right, should be known. Also, one right is in the sense of the cause and conditions of one great matter. How is it one? In terms of one truth not being false, one path being pure, all unimpeded people leaving the cycle of birth and death on one path. How is it great? Its nature is vast and inclusive. It is ridden by great people of great knowledge and great resolution, and the great lion roar greatly benefits the ordinary and the sage. Therefore it is called great. This matter is the procedure of the Buddhas of past, present, and future. By this they attain enlightenment. By this they liberate sentient beings. As for cause and conditions, sentient beings sense Buddha by this cause. Buddha produces response by these conditions. Also, in reference to right, it cannot be called three, it cannot be called one, it cannot be called neither three nor one, yet three and one. Therefore, it is called the inconceivable right. Again, in reference to right, it is not a fabricated thing, not made by Buddha, by celestial beings, by humans, or by titans. The eternal sphere is signless. The eternal knowledge is objectless. With objectless knowledge perceiving the signless sphere characterizing objectless knowledge, knowledge and sphere merge into one, yet are called sphere and knowledge. Therefore it is called uncreate. Also, in reference to right, the scripture of the Questions of Manjushri says that breaking through everything is called arousing the aspiration for enlightenment. Always following the characteristics of enlightenment, one arouses the aspiration for enlightenment. Also, it is arousing without arousing, following without following, also going beyond all breakthroughs, going beyond all following, yet simultaneously being aware of both breakthrough and following, is called arousing the aspiration for enlightenment. These three kinds are not one, not different, conforming to noumenon, conforming to phenomena, and according to neither noumenon nor phenomena. Therefore, this is called right. Noumenon, I think, is a word that was coined by Kant, the philosopher Kant, Kantian philosophy. And basically what it means is that phenomena are those things that can be seen and heard and felt and experienced, but the noumenon, or the noumenal, is that which is what actually is, that can't be experienced through the senses. Kind of like the noumenal reality wouldn't be based on what a fly sees or what a human being sees. It's just what's actually there. In this sense, the teachings, such as uncreate, inconceivable, so just these words, just the word uncreate, not created, just the word inconceivable, unfathomable, are teachings. In this sense, the teachings, such as uncreate, inconceivable, the cause and conditions of the one great matter, and so on, all speak of breaking through, all speak of following, all speak of neither breakthrough nor following, simultaneously illuminating breakthrough and following. Also, the first three are what is contemplated by those of superior, middling, and lesser knowledge. The last one is what is contemplated by the most supreme knowledge. The first three, furthermore, are common. The last one is unique. The first three are shallow, nearby, and roundabout. The last one is deep, far, and direct. The first three are great within the small. The last one is great within the great, the best within the best, the complete within the complete, the full within the full, the true within the true, the real within the real, the comprehensive within the comprehensive, the mysterious within the mysterious, the marvelous within the marvelous, the inconceivable within the inconceivable. If you can weed out what is wrong and reveal what is right in this way, comprehend the temporary and know the true, and thus arouse the inspiration, this is the seed of all Buddhas. Just as iron comes from the nature of metal, the enlightenment inspiration of Buddhas comes from compassion. This is the forerunner of practices. Just as one drinks pure water before taking medicine, this is the foremost of practices, just as the faculty of life is the foremost of faculties. In the right practice of the right teaching of Buddha, this aspiration for enlightenment is foremost. Just as when a prince is born, he has the marks of kingship, the ministers honor him, and he has a great name. And just as the voice of the Kalavinka bird, even in the shell, is already superior to that of other birds, The aspiration for enlightenment has great power, like the sinews of a lion, like the milk of a lion, like an adamantian mallet, like the arrow of a hero. It is replete with many treasures and can eliminate the misery of poverty, like a wish-fulfilling jewel. Even though one with the aspiration for enlightenment may slack off a bit or be a bit remiss, one still surpasses the virtues of those of the two vehicles who seek only personal liberation. In sum, this aspiration contains all the virtues of enlightening beings, and develops those who are supremely and truly awake, past, present, and future. If you understand this aspiration, you will naturally arrive at stopping and seeing. The non-existence of arousal or obstruction is seeing. The quiescence of the essence is stopping. Stopping and seeing is enlightenment. Enlightenment is stopping and seeing. The essence of enlightenment is stopping and seeing. Not right here, right now. Stopping and seeing. Alcara, you sound very discombobulated to me. So, And as for how to get to the spiritual realm, come a little closer, and I think I'll be able to get you there with this. A lot of people who get involved with spirituality or whatever, they can become schizophrenic or become very problematically confused. But the thing is that people generally are kind of like that, problematically confused about anything that's not conventional and relates to making money or consuming and uh, enjoying entertainment and things like that. So there's some good point, there's some good quality, there's some benefit about being willing to see that confusion, being open to see that confused nature of yourself, your identity of the mind. And then we can wake up, not by being really meditative and spiritual, but actually wake up through confusion. Wake up to what? Wake up to, well, the essence of enlightenment, stopping and seeing, stopping self, stopping narrative, stopping this and that and over here and over there, as much as you can. I was reading the article and it was saying, these you develop. The more that you develop, the less needs that you have, the less wants that you have. So there's a natural quiescence in basic needs being met. And we have to consider as well, we didn't grow up in fucking India 3,000 years ago, so our basic needs are not living in fucking dirt and fucking shitting in the ground. We have kind of conditional needs unless it's all blown out, then yeah. But otherwise, we're used to certain things, right? But I can see uh, that in myself, and I can see that in others as well, that there's a struggle or a striving to add something onto what's already happening, and that means that there's an added layer of added layer of pleasure, added layer of pressure to add more and more and more and more and more, and it's a very heavy burden. It's horrible way to live. But you know, that's where the enlightenment is as well. So we can't just go reject that. Someone comes in and says, "Get to work, get relaxed, get peaceful, get happy." Doesn't work, right? So it's like this laptop. I just got this laptop, and I like it. It's good. But if I fucking threw it off a bridge or something, no big deal. Now I just gotta lug that thing around with me. And I'll probably, I need to get a camera and a microphone for the setup, but that's all more shit I'm gonna have to lug around with me as well, you know. And we can see all of our things like that. Our possessions, our responsibilities, our relationships, how much joy and peace and freedom and benefit and how much of a tool is this to help others, right? Or how much is it just another burden that we should just put down? Stop theorizing and stop complicating and desiring more and more. Well, now's not the time for dating. Now is the time for taking refuge in the concern with the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, and the path to freedom. You should get to a position or to a point where, unless that person is a serious meditator or a serious Buddhist, then, dating them or anything like that wouldn't even be on the table. I mean, it's up to you, whatever you want to do, but that's what I'd say. That's better. Because people are really fucking crazy and annoying and stupid and problematic. And you most of all. So we go into the meditation and we go into the concern with the Dhamma because that's the best. And then the Dhamma tells us, hey, look, all you have to do is stop and see. All you have to do is be aware and not attached. And actually, there's no you to do anything. So, what's the problem, Chief? Then you realize you're creating all your problems. If you're on the path, you should be around, generally, in your free time, people who are equal to you or people who are more experienced than you. Otherwise, you're not going to progress. And unless you're a bodhisattva or something like that, unless you've attained the bhumis, then you got no business going around trying to enlighten people. Sure, go and try and help people feel better or whatever. Put a couple of bucks in their pocket or dig a hole for them to get some water out of. I don't know what people are doing, but it's good to go and volunteer and do good deeds. But in terms of trying to enlighten people, that's work for bodhisattvas. So that's me sending out a prayer. Some great master will come down and beat the shit out of me. Say, you don't know what you're doing. I've been watching you. I know you. I can see you. But we're not lucky enough for that to happen, most of us. To have someone who's more experienced than we are come and take pity on us. You know what I mean? We say, well, no, that's not the way it's supposed to be. I'm supposed to buy a course and then go and meditate. But you can't buy a good beating. The best beatings in life come for free. And there's no better beating than you'll ever get than freedom. I'm here to help you be better, be stronger, be more evolved, be more enlightened. But I don't know. But that's the idea. And who are you to say that I'm not wise and compassionate? And who am I to say that I am? That's the point. So that's a kind of mutual embrace of being on this path, being concerned with freedom. But you shouldn't just go around saying things, especially with your teacher, in the presence of your teacher or whatever, well, careful. A lot of problems. You have to detach. That's why it's easier if you're a monk or a nun, you're just telling people just become a nun and detach, and it's a good way to go about it. Not trying to manage all of our life. Just stop thinking about it. And definitely don't just go around talking about things. It's got nothing to do with what this is or what this is about. You don't get to choose your teachers will choose you. The people who you'll get to choose are the scam artists and the businessmen and businesswomen that are selling you yoga courses or Kundalini courses. That's what you get to choose. When it comes to a spiritual teacher, they will choose you. That they're willing to work with you. Every thought is a lie. Every word is a lie. Every thought is wrong thought. Every action of speech is wrong speech. Every view is wrong view. Surrender unto the golden Buddha, made of shit. That'd be a good way to make a Buddha statue. Get a bunch of your shit together, Kara, ginger, and you gotta dry it and sift it. So it's like clay shit. And then you dry it, and then you're gonna activate it with piss. So it's gonna be shit and piss clay. So then you're gonna make a Buddha, and then you can cover that with gold leaf. You can act however you want, but don't expect it to benefit you in being less fucking crazy and ignorant. And as well as that, your looseness about your ignorance is going to make people who are enlightened or whatever, or spiritual people, not want to be around you and not want to deal with you, because you make yourself untrainable. You make yourself unsupportable with how arrogant you are and how lost in yourself you are and how unwilling you are to ask for help instead of just posturing, posturing your disassociation and posturing your flippancy and your superfluousness. And with your privilege and all the conditions being the way that you want them to be, that's great. But when it comes down to the great need in you to not be a fucking ignorant, suffering, crazy person, You've got to actually start to give and to self-sacrifice and stop and see. You know, most of you wouldn't really be able to understand what it's like to identify with not thinking. So you should try to roll that around, roll those marbles around in your mouth of not thinking and not identifying with thoughts. And especially reverence. See how far you can take that, how you can practice with that. Bowing down to your teacher, bowing down to your master. It would be unthinkable for me to go and meet my master. Just go and meeting some fucking monk. I'm not bowing down or whatever, or some random dude, some random spiritual dude. But if I'm going to meet my master, it's unthinkable to not bow down and offer my body and mind, surrender. So what's your relationship with that kind of thing? Because you have to see how to do that, to not thinking, to meditating, to allowing, to listening to the Dharma talk from Ajahn Brahm or Thich Nhat Hanh or whoever you can get access to. It's more about the communication that's taking place within you internally, not the external expression of communication. So we stop our activities and our involvements and our thinking, and we see the mind. I see the body and watch. Stop and see. Everything is a teacher, everything is the Buddha, every sound, every sensation. Everything that makes up your experience is the Buddha and beyond your idea of yourself. Everything. So breathe and embrace the Buddha. Meet and beat the Buddha. Breathe and meet Nibbana. Meet and breathe enlightenment. Beyond everything. Even beyond the beyond itself. This is not about anybody believing anything. This is about you seeing your own mind. Good night. And good luck.